It was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Ready?
Check, 59. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Newton. They'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a give running right, it's Cook. 20! And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
To throw is Newton. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. A give to Cook out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back to throw, Newton. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a 1st down. It's 4th.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They snap it to Newton. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Ready, 61, 22.
Now Ryan back into his end zone. It's hauled in by Hardy. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. They run. It's Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Not enough there for a 1st. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Down, ready, 25.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw again is Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now it's Gurley. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And that one's complete to Gurley. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Check 3, check 3. Check 55. Check 55.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Ready, ready.
Check my corner. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Wall, get wall. Watch out.
Check.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Ryan to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Well, the drive started in the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job, because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On the counter, Gurley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From midfield now, here's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ryan now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cut it left. Cut it left.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Ryan to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
We got to get the ball. Do you get the ball right here?
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and the Falcons pick up the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Jones has it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on 3rd down. Newton setting up the screen for Cook. Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
It's not something that we see every game now. Todd Gurley held below 50 yards, and we are in the fourth quarter. Got to give a lot of credit. They've done a nice job of bottling him up.
They absolutely have. And a lot of times he can still find holes, but there haven't been the holes there. The offensive line hasn't created much space. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
11. Let's go.
They go play action now. Ryan. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Again, Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Ryan will throw again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Here's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones there to make the grab, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here you go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, that sets up a big third down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
Newton to throw. And that is incomplete. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Ready? Ready? 59. Crunch time, defense.
Newton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Brings up third down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 59. It's 59. Mike the 59. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. Mike.
Now Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
First throw in overtime now for Ryan. He completes it to Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Anthony Zettel popping in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Caught by Jones. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready? Check, 59.
20.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
In on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Set. 180. 59. Watch the run. Check. Lock. Great.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Minnesota, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.